Hello students, today's lesson is about comparing and putting in superlative people and things. So we will use short adjectives and we will learn how to compare and put them in superlative. Here in the slide, you can see that I put some comparative and superlative of short adjectives. First, we will try to figure out how do we put short adjectives in comparative and superlative form. Here we have some examples. So, big, when we put it in comparative form, we add ER and we double G, because all the adjectives, short adjectives of course, that have one vowel between two consonants, we usually double the last consonant before we add ER or EST. So we have big, bigger, the biggest. So in comparative, we add ER, and in superlative, we add EST to the short adjectives. Deep, deeper, the deepest. Hot, hotter, the hottest. You see, bigger and hotter, we double the last consonant. Large, larger, the largest. Long, longer, the longest. So is the Amazon longer than Thames? The water's warmer in Brazil than it is here. So when we compare two people, two things, two objects, we usually use comparative and then, because we compare with something or someone else. For example, it's the largest country in South America. It's the longest river in Brazil. Maybe you have noticed that we put the article th in front of a superlative form of the adjective. So we put th in front of the adjective and we add est in superlative form. Here you have some more explanation about the comparison of adjectives, how to make comparatives and superlatives. In this case, only short ones. So we use ER or to make the comparative and EST to make the superlative, as I said before. Like black, blacker, the blackest. Fair, fairer, the fairest. Clever, cleverer, the cleverest. When there is a silent E at the end of the positive form, we usually remove that and add ER and EST in superlative and comparative. Like nice, nicer, the nicest. Late, later, the latest. Hate, hater, the hatest. When the adjective ends with a Y, we convert the Y into I before adding ER and EST. So, but maybe you can remember it easier if I say that all the adjectives that end with a consonant and Y, then we change Y into I before we add ER or EST. Like pretty, prettier, the prettiest. Lazy, lazier, the laziest. Tidy, tidier, the tidiest. So another one, like I mentioned a few seconds ago, if the adjective is a small one with little stress on the vowel, we double the last consonant. Hot, hotter, the hottest. Wet, wetter, the wettest. Thin, thinner, the thinnest. So in these cases, we change or we double the last consonant. Okay. Here we have some exercises that you are going to put in comparative or superlative form. You know, when we compare, we need two people or two things or two objects. But when we put it in superlative, then we put a person or a thing on top of everyone, on top of everything. So we put him, her, it aside. Like Brazil is larger than the UK. So we have Brazil and the UK. So we are comparing both of them. Now check the rest of them and then we will see if you used the right ones. Okay, maybe you had enough time. The weather in Brazil is warmer than in the UK. The Amazon River is longer than the Thames. The mountains in Brazil are higher than in the UK. Sao Paulo is bigger than London. So we compared a few places. Okay. Here we have some adjectives in the box, like deep, high, hot, long. Large is already used. What you're going to do here is you're going to use the proper adjective in a proper comparison. So you will use comparative or superlative, so depending on the case. And you will write T if you think that is true, and F if you think that the statement is false. So take your time and try to figure out. These are very common things that we learn at school and we mention every day. So I think you will get them right. Okay, let's see. So the Mount Olympus is the highest mountain in the world. It's false. The third one, the Thames is the longest river in the world. It's false. December, January, and February are the hottest months in Australia. This one is true. So an extra word is deep that you didn't have to use it. Now there is a short quiz with a few questions, and you are going to pick which one do you think is the right one. So it's a short test, right? Or world facts that probably you have already learned or heard. Which is the longest river in the world is the Nile. So first you will try to guess them, and then of course we will listen and check if you got the right ones. Okay, let's listen and see and check actually.
Unit 5, Students' Book, page 53, Exercise 7. Listen and choose, then ask and answer.
Are you ready for the geography test, Sophie?
I think I am. At least I know where Brazil is now.
I'm not sure. I've got an idea. Let's do this online test. I ask, you answer, okay?
Okay.
Which is the longest river in the world, and where is it?
That's easy. The River Nile in Egypt.
Correct. Which is the highest mountain in the world?
Mount Everest in Nepal.
Also correct. Now, which is the deepest lake in the world?
I know that. Lake Baikal.
And it is...
In Russia.
Correct. Which is the oldest volcano in the world?
No idea. Etna?
Correct. And finally, which is the biggest island in the world?
Greenland.
That's right. You did great.
Okay, probably even if you didn't know these ones before, you just learned them. Now, for homework, you will do page 49 in activity book. Okay, this was all about this video. I hope you liked it. See you in the next video. Bye.